am working on my Alison Glass Kawandi style quilt. And have been recording a series of videos as I go along to help you understand my process. So here's this first one. This is me getting started, and I will continue this video series. You can head over to my website, dizzyquilter.com, if you want more information on any of it. And hopefully we'll get to the end at some point. You'll be able to see the finished quilt.
Hi everybody. So I'm getting ready to start my next Kawandi-inspired project. I've got it on my design wall. I have for my backing. So I started with batting. I've got a silk batting from Hobbs. I got a queen size one, so I cut it into quarters. So it's about 45 by 54. My backing is double gauze fabric that I got from Joann's. Hopefully the 3 bolts of it that I have is enough to last for the rest of my life. And I got this inspiration. I've been thinking about this Alison Glass thing. So in January, I did a Tulip Pink project with all my Tulip Pinks. Now I'm going to do an Alison Glass project with all my Alison Glasses. And I've got this rainbow business from Ex Libris, I think is the name of it. And it kind of goes in and out of print. I think it's on a wide back now. I'm not sure. But I really love the rainbow. This is my favorite bit right here. This little star in the center. So my concept is putting this in the center and having the colors swirl out. So my first step on this one, because I want this to be fancy and I'm hoping it gets a lot of attention, I'm going to use my iron right on my design wall. I've got this little Panasonic cordless iron, and hopefully it's hot enough. And I'm going to press out the big wrinkles in my bat. I'm not going to try to get it super smooth, but I want it a little bit less crumpled up than it was. And my design wall is insulation board, so it's going to be fine. Okay, not perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect. I just wanted it a little bit better. Let's put that back. That's the best thing for the cordless iron. My next thing is going to be, I want to make sure that I know where my colors are going to go as I attach, because as you attach around the outer edge, or my camera fell. You always get the authentic Jen Strauser experience. I want to mark my batting a little bit to help me track where my colors are going to go. This is not part of the traditional Kawandi style. This is now, we've deviated into Jen's craziness. I am going to use my secret weapon, Crayola washable markers. I don't want to use a Sharpie because Sharpie will bleed in the wash, and it'll almost certainly bleed all over the place and make a nightmare. I have used these color markers before. Actually, I used the orange. I won't use blue. They wash out perfectly, so they're great for this. You do need to be aware anytime you wash or anytime you do anything with the markers, there's a chance that it might wash out. You might want to test it. I'm just going to go for it because I'm not too worried. I've used these before. I've used these on a project that had a lot of pressing, so I put these on and I basically tried to heat set them and it didn't work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my circle, and I've been kind of sorting out my fabrics. Here, I can show you my high-tech system called Make a Pile on the Floor and then start sorting. And then go find, whoop, where is it? Where are we? Find another pile, there's CJ in it, and start sorting that. Here, CJ. Kind of hard to do from behind. So I'm looking and I see that I have a ton of pink. Apparently pink is Allison's favorite color. Teal is not far behind. So I want to make sure that those are bigger and the things that I have less of, like purple, are kind of smaller wedges. So I'm going to make sure that purple goes to the side where it's a smaller space to fill. And I'm just going to start like, here is the edge of a teal. Here is where a green starts. So I'm going to write olive green here. I'm going to go, so the blue goes over here. So we're going to say teal, light blue, aqua, whatever. More of a true blue. And these markings are going to help me as I work around. So purple, we're going to keep it kind of narrow. Here's more of a, let's see, is that more of a burgundy? Then we've got this. So I'm just going to keep noticing edges of color. It's not going to be perfect. Perfect's not really what I'm going for, but I want to get it close, you know. And I'm going to mark every time I do this so that I remember what I'm doing. So I've got a burgundy, I've got more pink, or maybe we'll do a red because there's one that's a little bit darker red, pink red, maybe orange. And what's this? Oh, this is orange. See, you have to pay a little more attention. This should be coral. So we've got orange, coral. And I'll just keep swirling my colors around. So we've got yellow and ochre. And this is, it looks like there's 3 oranges and a purple over here too. So it's a little confusing. Nothing's going to be quite perfect, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. I might shift some things around. I may move the ochre over here, yellow, and then cross that one out and do lime. So just kind of work, I'm just working my way around, filling in my color wheel. It's not going to be a perfect traditional color wheel. I'll show you what I mean. And I'll get more images later. When I blog about it, I'll have more pictures of a puppy loving the fabric. So this is the traditional color wheel. If you're familiar with Alison Glass, she doesn't really do all of the colors equally. She really focuses on the teals. She really focuses on the pinks. So my color wheel is going to shift a little. I was thinking, you know, I always have the thought that I need to buy more fabric for this project. If you could see my floor now, you would laugh and cry with my husband. I don't need any more fabric for realsies. So what I'm going to try to do is work with what I've got and shift the colors around and flow them around the quilt in a smooth color gradation. I don't mind if some of the spaces are bigger. I don't mind if some of the spaces are smaller. They don't have to be even. I'm just playing with the fabrics I've got. This is going to be a little bit harder because it's not all going up on my design wall. It's going to be in little bags, in a big bag. I'll have the colors grouped together for myself, and then I'll sit on the sofa and add them one at a time. It's possible things can get messy, but it's going to be all right. It doesn't matter what I do with these fabrics. They're going to be gorgeous. I can't make anything ugly with this fabric. I have confidence. But this is where I'm starting. So that's my planning phase complete. Next step, after I sort out all my, well, you know, next step is now I'm going to iron my edges. I love the portable iron. It doesn't really get hot enough for everything, but it's hot enough for this. So we're just going to move down the edge and kind of flatten this out. And this is so that I get a nice straightish edge. And I'm going to trim up the bottom edge a little bit, but I'll go all the way around. And then I will be able to get stitching after I sort all my fabrics. And of course, this is the perfect time to start a new project because I'm supposed to be packing my house so that we can move. But you know I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to play with my fabric because this makes me feel better. So I hope that you are inspired to try a Kawandi-inspired quilt. You can check out my video on my YouTube channel.